Here comes the fuzz.
To avenge toxic relationships.
All that and more.
Cody, mop up Mike Tyson.
I'm gonna need a drink after this one.
Was it tasty?
Vengeance is always tasty.
It's saucy. It's tasty.
The sauce.
Liquor and beer.
And blood.
And mops.
Ew.
Lots of mops.
A lot of nasty mops.
Nasty ass mop water and...
Cleaning up... Yeah. Cleaning up the crime.
God damn it.
In our fair cities.
Fair.
Of DVD and Blu-ray.
Fuck yeah, DVD and Blu-ray.
Hello.
Hi. Welcome to episode 38 of the Super Media Brothers podcast. I am Midnight Agent Raw.
And I'm Okami.
We are here with the 6th installment of our Cult Cinema Showdown series.
At 1:30 in the morning.
Fuck yeah, 1:30 in the morning.
Because by now, this is pretty much the time frame we record these.
And it's why you get such enjoyment, because you get to listen to us and also listen to us loopy as fuck.
Yeah. I couldn't think.
It's okay.
Because it's a mixture of the coffee, like, and then it's like,
The way your face went just now, like, it looked like the Sledgehammer music video from Peter Gabriel.
Sledgehammer!
You were like,
Didn't have hammer.
It's more like a stroke hammer.
Bolt hammer. By God.
By God!
He's having a stroke.
I said sledgehammer, and normally when I would say sledgehammer or hammer in general,
Stop.
I would think of what?
Stop.
No.
Hammer time.
Okay. I don't know where. Anytime I hear stop, I don't know if it's in the name of love or if it's hammer time
Or get some help.
Yeah. Stop it. Get some help.
Or in our case, mop it. Get some help.
In the form of the Avenger.
Of a very toxic persuasion.
That's right. All the way from motherfucking Tromaville, New Jersey. The Toxic Avenger.
From 1984.
Fuck yes.
We get the crown jewel of just 80s.
Yeah. Directed by Michael Hers and Lloyd Kaufman, founders of Troma. And holy shit. Look, guys, Troma, if you're not familiar with it, Troma is literally known for producing low-budget B movies with a lot of camp, a lot of violence. This, if you want to like get into whatever Troma is, you know, in your opinion, this is the movie to fucking do it with. I mean, by all intents and purposes, this should be the first Troma film you watch.
I mean, just the beginning of the DVD itself was them in an office discussing the Toxic Avenger basically leaving Troma. And he was just completely, and I'm using this term very nicely, flaming Toxic Avenger.
Very flamboyant Toxie.
So, yeah.
That was fucking hilarious.
This basically sets you up for what's to come as far as the movie goes, because it is just, like you said, campy, extreme, like, dialogue and subject matter to the point where it's like, just slap your face with it.
Oh, yeah.
Equality is just, it's equal to that.
And, by the way, the Blu-ray, the DVD that we were speaking of is actually the 21st, I'm not shitting you, the 21st anniversary edition of the film. So we are also talking about the unrated director's cut of the film. Which
you'll figure out real quick.
Yeah, and you had to fucking, like, I mean, a lot of it made it to the R-rated cut, but like this version, I strongly suggest watching this one.
Not only that, probably my favorite part of the very beginning, even before the movie starts, was the Big Bill Hell type like introduction of like Troma. It's like, oh, Troma Studios, you should go with Troma because this is why. Go fucking make a Troma fucking movie kind of.
Oh, the make your own damn movie.
Make your own damn movie. Yeah,
the 5 DVD box set. Yeah, and that was a real thing that Lloyd and them fucking put together, which, yeah, it just sets the tone up. This is what Troma is, and yeah. So I guess we should let's fucking just dive on in and talk about just even the opening credits with the title scroll, like, oh, a Troma team release, and they still to this day use the old like 70s shit with like the crap, it's like the craptastic sounding like audio and the city outline. Just all of it.
Welcome to Tromaville.
Yeah, and then you jump right in with the voiceover talking about, oh, Tromaville, the fucking
most toxic location in the United States.
Yeah, like the fucking basically the home of
the Homa of Troma.
Yeah, pretty fucking much. And we get introduced very well. I say briefly. They just say, oh, Melvin Ferd, he's a janitor, and his very life was changed by like chemical waste, toxic waste, blah blah blah, and it's just fucking Toxic Avenger like falls on the screen, and you're in a fucking gym with. This is the epitome of 80s. The music and everything. Everybody just pumping fucking iron in their spandex and their really
bikinis.
Short ass. Oh my god!
Like,
dude.
There's no shortage of clothing.
Yeah.
But also, the one scene where homeboy Bozo grabs a guy off the fucking press for the arm press, and he just like
hurls him off.
Yeah, just like he just like literally like roid rages on this damn machine, like just. So fucking extreme.
Fun fact, sir. The role of Bozo was originally the guy originally cast to be Bozo was fucking Vincent D'Onofrio. But was let go from the film when he asked for like a pay increase, like a slight pay increase.
That was like a slap in the face. Why would you want a pay increase? Like, I would just feel honored to be in this movie to begin with.
But just be in a movie at all.
Yeah.
It's like 1984, but I mean, even still, if you look at Troma's history, they worked with a lot of people before they broke big and shit like that. Hell, in the director's cut of this, there's a shot of Marissa Tomei walking out of the fucking shower.
Mm-hmm.
But it's only in the unrated cut that you can fucking see this. So yeah, but any fucking way, I digress. Yeah, Bozo. The dude is fucking typical gym rat, fucking jock douchebag.
Sadistic.
And his buddy Slug and their girlfriends Julie and Wanda, and pretty much we just get introduced to the fact that they pick on Melvin, who is a very stereotypical fucking weak motherfucker, like 90-something pound dude that is a janitor at the Tromaville Health Club. Which yeah, I was going to say his introduction's fucking amazeballs.
So happy to be the janitor of the local gym. Just like Slug says, the shit-eating grin on his face. Like, what is he so happy about?
I love it. Look at this I fucking hate that fucking mop boy.
Mm-hmm. And then he's literally like just patrolling through all the people, pushing people around. Knocks a girl into the pool, and then
like just
unknowingly,
he just minding his own business.
And then he gets to the group here, and he's talking to him about something, and he's like, I fucking hate you, blah, 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 whatever. And he's like, oh, I'm sorry. And he dumps his mop into the spa or the jacuzzi.
That they're all sitting in.
And literally fucking Bozo rages out and just pulls him up. Is like, what's your fucking problem?
And he's like, him and Slugger tossing Mark Torgel, like the actor that's playing Melvin. But they're tossing Melvin back and forth. And it's funny because like Bozo will say something, And then, like, one of the girls or Slug will repeat the line, yeah, you know, blah, blah, blah.
Are you fucking retarded? Yeah, are you fucking retarded?
Yeah. Yeah. So, that happened. That was just them fucking bozo. I can't take this. I cannot take this. He's stressing me.
And that is literally Bozo the whole fucking movie. He's just stressing about every little thing.
Like, literally everything. So, he fucking... and storms off, and then, you know, she's like, you see what you did? You stressed Bozo. And he's like, oh, I'm sorry, Julie, I didn't mean to. And she's like,
Don't talk to me,
you little twerp, and does the little hair whip thing and walks away. And I love when he walks up to the fucking mirror and he just, like, takes his little arm and
he pushes his muscle up with his hands. Like,
yeah. It's so fucking... I love how stereotypical it is, though, for, like, oh, I'm this geeky ass little nerd dude. I think we've all been there at one fucking point or another.
Which, if you really think about it, this is kind of like Captain America kind of thing. Because, you know, wimpy Steve Rogers, he's always been picked on for being the little dude, and he ends up turning into this, like, hulking badass after chemicals are introduced into his system.
Yeah, a little bit. Just a wee bit, and I don't know, man. Like, I can look at it and it's like, oh, the super soldier serum. Nah, motherfucker, this was like the super custodian serum.
Yeah,
like, motherfucker just became like
super sewer serum.
Yeah, exactly, motherfucker. Fucking, I just don't think that Captain Custodian has a great ring to it, or I don't know, Super Janitor, or, you know, Mega Mop.
Mega Mop.
Mega Mop.
I'm gonna mop the floor with you.
But before, fucking pin. But before any of that even happens, though, dude, like, you just kind of get a sense of they just fuck with this guy. I mean, like, Slug and his chick, like, look at a newspaper clipping of Hit and Run and all this other shit, and then you kind of get the idea, oh, these motherfuckers are in on that shit. And so they start fucking on the bench, and then Melvin, of course, is just janitoring around like he fucking does, and he just stands in front of him, and just these weird, like, that fucking, remember that laugh?
Goofy laugh, yeah.
Oh my god. And then, you know, old girl, she pulls that fucking knife out, she's like, get out of here or I'll kill you. Switch
titties and all, just like, I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah, she's like, or I'll kill you. And he's just like, and he fucking runs away. Cut to the four assholes in a car, you know, doing the drinking and driving thing, and now they are doing the, you know, oh, this many points for this, and, like, they are explicitly pointing out, you know, people of all, like, races and genders in the most asshole-ish way possible, and they're like, oh, points for this, and you get the picture that, oh, they're good, that they look for people to hit with their car,
but not only hit, they kill them. Because the next sequence is they find a kid on his bike after the mom just, like, in the middle of the night, don't forget your helmet. Okay, Mom, have fun. And he's riding down the road, and they're like, how many points for the kid on the bike?
Like 28.
28 points if you get them. So,
like, double if you get the bike too.
Right. So they run around him, turn around, it's like, you know, cliche 80s, like, action sequence where the car turns around, and they rev the engine straight into this child, flips over the car, and the girl's like, no, he's still alive.
Yeah,
you need to finish him.
He's all, like, crawling on the ground, like, bleeding out of his fucking mouth, and you're just like, oh god, like, because even whenever they hit him, like, it's just so, the slow motion of him, like, just careening over the fucking windshield of this car, it's so just, like, gloriously, like, oh my god, but you're laughing at the same time, because it's a Troma film,
right?
But yeah.
They run him down. The girl goes, one of the girls, I forget which one said it, says, oh, you didn't finish him, and they're egging him on to basically, you know, continue the job. So he puts it in reverse and runs over this kid's top of his head and just splatters it.
Oh, dude, and that was the scene that got cut and added back. One of the scenes that got added back into the unrated cut, because it was so fucking, like, vividly gruesome. And another fun fact about that, the way they achieved this effect, they fucking put a wig on a watermelon. and filled it with all kinds of shit, and just fuck, dude, it
Let
looked
it
real.
blow.
It looked so real though.
But to make shit worse, the girls get out of the vehicle with their Polaroid, flip cameras and just take pictures of everything, and they're like getting aroused from the intense reds and the picture quality, and it's like, oh my god, these people are fucking weird and fucked up.
Oh yeah,
seriously.
So after this happens, we were laughing because fucking what's his Bozo's like, oh, I want to do it again. Oh, I want to fucking do it again. And then Slug, I can't, guys. Like, oh, why not? I gotta go home. I got tomorrow. I gotta go to church.
And all of them are like, oh, that's legit.
Like, legit excuse to go home. We understand.
But what? But you murder people on the side.
The fuck?
Tell me where this makes sense. Do you go to confession? Do you, try and get relieved of your sins, or you just have an excuse to, go there and look good?
I've come up with a name for these ragtag fuckers.
Continue.
The Catholic Cranium Crushers.
The CCC.
Yes.
Sounds like a bowling team.
That's exactly what it's supposed to be. Oh my god.
Father, the Son, the Holy Crusher.
That's right. The Roly Spirit.
Where's the bowling team? We need this to happen.
No shit.
We're copywriting that too if you take it.
That's right. Copyright 2018 Super Media Bros Podcast. Suck our dicks. Mm-hmm. So you cut to a scene of them kind of plotting to, which, funny enough, by the way, the fucking, when they're doing the dual sit-ups and passing the cigarette back and forth each other, like, it's a health club, and they're fucking just like chain smoking away the whole fucking time they're in, any of them are working out. And old Bozo is like, I got no fat on me.
Oh yeah, he like trips his shit. It's like,
fat, and just like lifting and shit.
Yeah.
But they devise a plan to get rid of Melvin, basically. And it involves Julie basically tricking him into thinking that they gonna fuck.
Do it.
And she's like, oh, pink is my favorite color. You're not wearing pink, blah, blah, blah. And, she brings out this fucking tutu. And he's like, oh, it's, fucking tutu. And she's just like, oh, but it's, it gets me so hot, blah, blah, blah. If you put on your pink, I'll take off mine. Takes her top down, titties out everywhere. And then fucking Melvin.
Just goofy ass grins. Okay.
I love pink.
I mean,
I love pink.
Any typical guy who sees that scene would be like, yeah, I love pink too.
It's just the fucking way he says it.
Oh, yeah, I love pink.
Yeah, I love pink, man.
But before we continue that part, we need to introduce the duo that drives a freaking flatbed of toxic barrel waste.
That is not even strapped or covered.
Just driving up in front of the gym, no doubt, wanting to get a hold of some recent cocaine that the passenger happened to bring. And it was like, oh shit, we should do it right here.
And we're not talking about like a vial.
No, it's like a fucking Ziploc bag.
Like
half
freezer
full.
bag.
Yeah, half full of this shit. And like I said, they pull up and park right in front of the fucking gym. The barrels, as soon as they park, like they shift like different directions on this flatbed. And they're like diving headfirst into the bag and just like coming out looking like a fucking, they blew a clown, or something.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So while that's all going down,
literally going down, blowing a clown. Going down, blowing a clown.
Down the clown town.
So while that happens, Melvin gets led into the dark by Julie, and he thinks, he's like, oh, Julie, and he's like kissing, like, but they turn the lights on. Everybody at the health club is surrounding him, and he is kissing a fucking sheep. Now,
we know what you're thinking. This is a bad thing.
Oh, it's very bad. So, sheepishly, I might add, I'm joking.
He didn't get to ram it, though.
No, he sure didn't. 100% cotton in that motherfucker. Dude.
He needs some sheepskin condoms.
Yes, sir. And here's the fun fact about this fucking sequence. That sheep was infested with lice. And Mark Torgel, Melvin, did not find this out until after the sequence was shot.
Which responds well to the scene afterwards, because he's literally like freaking the fuck out.
He's like, oh!
So, yeah, all the kids are laughing at him. Oh, he's been making out with a sheep. Ha, 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 ha. You know, typical fucking, peer pressure and bullying and all that fucking shit.
I just thought about Jay and Silent Bob. Yo, this dude ain't one of us said he'd fuck a sheep!
Proceeds to...
They chase him.
Run upstairs. Why? I don't know. And he jumps out of the window.
Oh yeah, they chase him into they basically corner him, and he fucking, his only escape is to dive out of a fucking second or third story window. And when we say dive, I mean like flailing, like legs and arms dive head first down.
Like action sequence movie type dive out of a window, just slow motion.
Dive hard. Dive hard to dive harder.
Yep.
Dive hard with a vengeance. Live free or dive hard. It's a good day to dive hard.
So Melvin dives hard into one of the barrels on the flatbed, and the guys in the truck are like waking up like, hey, what the fuck happened there?
And dude, it looks like somebody just walked up with a shit ton of fucking powdered chalk and just slapped them in the face. They looked like they were antiqued.
Pretty much.
Have you guys ever seen fucking CKY or Jackass out there? When they do the antiquing thing, It looked like that.
So, yeah. Set you up for all this nonsense.
Yeah. So he comes out of the barrel. Everybody has all made their way downstairs, surrounding him. And even the citizens of Tromaville have like surrounded the truck, and he's on the ground smoking and like bubbling. His skin's fucking bubbling. And old Bozo's like, oh, he's fucking faking it, Julie.
Julie's like, I don't think he's faking it.
He looks like he's in trouble.
But yeah, his skin is just like fucking oozing and bubbling and shifting and shit. And he goes to have a cop, approaches him. He goes to reach down to help Melvin, and he starts to like touch him, and he just starts smoking, and then he catches on fire.
Yeah, the cop's hands catch fire. Melvin gets up off the ground to haul ass away. And then you just hear the crowd, oh my God, that man's on fire, he's on fire. And then just slow motion shot. Dude is on, like, literally the man on fire. Not the Denzel Washington film with the same name, but Melvin on fire.
Like Johnny Storm, but in slow motion.
Yes.
Like those stuntmen with the suits on, how they prepare to be put on fire. He's walking the same way, just like, ooh, kind of hands forward and about to fall over and shit.
Oh my God, but he's like flailing. Then he runs down the street corner. And the crazy part is, the next shot is him at his house in the bathroom, getting into the bathtub, not even on fire anymore, which we're assuming he put himself out there. But
thanks to smoking.
Continuity, whatever, fuck it. So his fucking mother is knocking on the door the whole time. She's like, you okay in there, Melvin? Blah, blah, blah. And then,
that's all you hear.
Yeah, and then she's like, oh, he's hitting puberty, blah, blah, blah. Which, oh, gross. But the way she does it is gross. Not that puberty is gross, but any fucking way. So he's in this tub, and there's just this slimy shit everywhere. And
not only that, he gets in the water, and the water turns like toxic immediately.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude. It's so fucking bad. And look, we didn't even say this at the beginning of this, but the reason we paired these two together, these two films, is because obviously WolfCop being the second film, both of these movies essentially dealt with people that were perceived as loser fuck-ups that were transformed by some freak accident happening and became a fucking, monster hero, of course. But, like, the practical effects are also very prevalent in both of these films.
Really well done.
Yeah, for 1984, dude, like, the Toxic Avenger, of course, when he's transforming in the bathtub, like his skin's fucking boiling, like his cheek and his head, or like he's losing his hair and he's just like morphing like there. And then he just
his arm was like just having these balls popping up and blisters, and then like they start oozing and shit, and it was gross but awesome at the same time.
Fuck yeah, dude. And then he emerges and he's like, "Arr! Arr!" So yeah, Toxie is born. And my God, look, he leaves the fucking house, and there's just like a bunch of pickup shots of him running through a field, and then like against the sun, where you can't even see his face, but it's a silhouette. And the very first time that I ever watched this movie, and I always remember it right when that sequence happens, when he turns and then he looks, and there's the railroad crossing. You know, it's like iconic shot for the movie, and then the sun. I'm sitting there, I'm just like, wow, the hills have eyes. Like he looks like the dude from The Hills Have Eyes.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, holy shit. So that happens, and cut to the sequence where these 3 dudes, drug dealers led by Cigar Face, they're harassing a cop in an alley. They're trying to buy him off via the mayor. He doesn't accept the money, so they just basically beat the shit out of him. They're about to cut his fucking balls off.
Yeah, well, the other dude who's cross-dressing at this point
that shit was fucking hilarious.
Proceeds to say, well, the boss will want us to sleep with him, and then Cigarface is like, well, if the boss says we do. So he pulls the magnum on his dick, and here comes Toxic Avenger, just grabs everybody and starts throwing them across the alleyway, and proceeds to try and hit him and hurt him and don't do shit to him.
Yeah, I think it's funny though. He steps on Cigar Face's foot and just like basically like
a
him.
Rocky montage just with a bunch of
dude, that was so fucking great.
But what was even funnier was when he took the same guy, Cigar Face, and flipped him into the barrel
upside down,
and he just had his legs splayed open. He did the same thing right on the fucking dick.
He was beating him off.
Yeah, literally beating that meat.
I'll beat your dick right off, buddy.
Which he should have. I mean, hitting that hard enough.
No shit. He does that, and then, oh my God, I feel stupid because I can't even remember the dude's name, the cross-dresser. He's trying to kick his ass or whatever. He pokes his fucking eyes out and then pulls them out, and his eyeballs are wrapped around his fucking fingers. I mean, he literally and just tosses this motherfucker.
Crotch, first grabs his. You hear the crunch, mind you, of him grabbing there, and then tosses the dude into the alleyway.
I mean, real hard.
Yeah.
He fucks the other guy up too. I mean, like,
didn't he like elbow him in the face or something?
Dude, he elbows him so hard, like his nose caves in, and it's just there's nothing there. So he disposes of Cigar Face, who actually survives this attack. But he takes the other two and he bashes their fucking heads until like their skulls crack.
Yep.
And he shoves mops down their throat.
And then,
but the whole time he's like, walks over to the cop.
Are you okay?
Are you okay?
Like severely, like
it's like
sensual
50s radio voice.
Yeah, sensual man, just like, are you okay? You're all right now. And the cop gets up.
Don't worry, I'm here to help you.
Yeah. And then the cop gets up to leave, and he's just freaking out, and he just hear random like, and then he just turns around one more time and goes, bye.
Yeah, bye.
This part of the whole film, I'm just like laughing my fucking ass off through the whole entirety of it, because it's just the fact that all you hear is just, and then all of a sudden you hear this like weird translation of like a commentary, just like, oh yes, I'm here to help you. Hi. What?
It's the best though. I think it's funny. Like that's, and at first you're just like, wait, what?
Yeah.
And then you realize, oh, that's his actual voice in the movie, and it's the best comedic effect ever.
Mm-hmm. My
God. So I think a little short while later we get to yet a different thing. Oh no. He tries to go home is what it is, right? And he tries to go home, and basically his mom's like fucking scared shitless, so she doesn't let him in the house, and he just goes builds a fucking home in a junkyard.
Well, before that he was talking to his mom through the door. It's like, but mom, it's me. But it's me, mom.
It's Melvin.
It's Melvin. Oh.
Never in your life do you feel more sad for a monster hero. They just shot of him sitting like on the dock, and then the city in the back, just head sulks down. Builds this fucking thing, hangs a picture of his mom up, and has like a fucking sleeping bag that's laid out, and just falls asleep on the motherfucker. So then, elsewhere,
In Tromaville.
the Mexican place, which was an actual fucking restaurant, we get 3 more motherfuckers that are robbing this bitch.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So, okay, guys.
I think by far this is probably the worst scene as far as like content goes.
Oh, this movie is like chock full of like hardcore like shit that would not fly, quote unquote, considered PC, would just not fucking fly today.
No.
Now, some of these, yes, because movies, you have to portray your villains as the most vile sons of bitches. So they roll up into this fucking Mexican restaurant, which has fucking katanas in it.
Just randomly sat on the wall. I can't explain this either. But anyway, trio comes in. One guy has a shotgun, war paint on, some psychopath basically. Another guy is like literally a moron. He's just like, yeah, kind of attitude.
And then a dude that's just a badass with a switchblade.
And he's black.
Because guess what?
Because he's the awesome dude. He's the leader.
Yeah, he's a bad motherfucker.
Yeah. So they proceed to hold this place up, gunpoint. And the middle guy, Frank, introduces everybody. And I can't remember Psychopath's name.
Oh, was it like Frank or Rico or some shit?
No, Rico was the guy behind the register that was like kissing the dude that he was holding up.
I think it was Frank.
No, Frank was the one talking. Saying, let me introduce ourselves. Anyway.
Gotta be Leroy then. That's got to be.
Yeah, either way. Well, while you're looking that up. So basically he's introducing everybody and he's like, and yours truly, Frank. So Psycho Boy proceeds to see a mother and son eating and it's like, oh, what do we have here? We have a mom and the little baby. And he proceeds to shove the shotgun in the child's face.
He actually quit the movie over that scene.
Yeah. And, starts talking about how, like, the baby likes the food, blah, blah, like, just harassing him. And one of the patrons in the area is, like, talking about something like, no, hey, leave them alone. And then he pulls the gun on the guy. And it's like, look, you can have our money if you want, but just let us go. Don't hold us up like this. And
or like take me as a hostage.
Take me as a hostage. And the guy goes, you know what? That's a good idea. Shoots him in the chest. And pretty decent little sequence where it shows the bullet hole hit and he bleeds out the mouth.
Oop.
Yeah,
that's how hard it hits.
Like I hit the top spring. That's why I went so loud.
Top spring
right there. So yeah, knocks the dude into the little fence area behind the place he was sitting at. Now here's where it gets fucked up.
Very fucked up.
So Frank goes up to this chick right next to him, Sarah, and looks like, oh look, he has a doll, or she has a doll with him.
This bitch is blind.
Yeah, and he's like, how I've always wanted to screw a blind bitch.
Yeah, I've always wanted to cornhole a blind bitch. Like,
so,
oh my god.
He tells homeboy to take the dog out, and the dog's like growling and barking, so he proceeds to shoot the dog. And
flies across the floor.
You see this happen, like literally bullet wound and everything, fly across the damn floor. And Frank proceeds to bend this chick over and rape her. In the fucking restaurant, like no fucks given.
They got the most hate mail over that sequence.
And I literally see why. I don't understand why they went to that extreme, but like I said, this is Troma. They have a lot of boundaries they cross. But as all this is going on, here comes Melvin to save the day. Basically kicks ass and takes names and blah, 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 whatever.
Yeah, because you were pointing out, dude, and even I, not saying, even I agree, but it's true for this movie. The fight sequences were awesome.
Yeah, they were. Like, they were, not perfectly choreographed, but they weren't, comedic to the point where it was like, oh, well, they weren't even trying. This was, actually decently done.
Yeah, you actually believed, oh, fuck, he's gonna whoop this dude's ass.
Right. So, They tossed everybody around and everything like that, and then he proceeds to do the insta-kill at the end, takes Homeboy and throws him into some taco shells on the ground, and then he proceeds to pick him up, puts him on the desk or the little counter next to him, and does like this little man sundae, ice cream and milk and...
He's making a milkshake out of his ass.
Right.
Like, right all up in his mouth and everything.
Whipped cream, cherry on top, and then proceeds to mix it all together in the mixer in his mouth.
Yeah, which is fucking brutal. I loved it.
Right.
And then let's talk about Mr. Leader with the butterfly knife.
Mm-hmm.
Gets his motherfucking arm ripped clean off. One more fun fact. I probably have more of these as the show goes on. Bear with me.
Do tell.
Just like he had the right to bear arms, or just one arm.
There was nothing left to lose.
He really was the one-armed bandit after that.
Mm-hmm.
So the guy, IRL, in real life, only actually had one arm, and the right arm the whole fucking time was a prosthetic that got ripped off. Fucking A.
That was a handy trick.
Yes, sir. So technically, the Toxic Avenger was armed and dangerous during that sequence. Much like Mike Danton was at the end of fucking goddamn Deadly Prey.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we see him shove old boy into the pizza maker.
Mm-hmm.
Big ass oven.
Brick ass oven.
That's
ass
a
oven.
big brick ass oven.
Yeah, I mean, it was able to hold a dude like that.
I think the worst one was the idiot that was holding the cash register.
Leroy.
Up.
Or not Leroy, Rico.
Dude. Sticks his hands in the frying tray, bends it shut so he can't take his hands out, bends him over the fryer, takes these pipes and bends them to hold him in place, and just fucking dunks his hands into the fryer. Oh,
Gruesome, we know.
fried finger death punch.
Yeah. Death lunch.
Yes, fried finger death lunch.
On the $5 menu.
We'll get you a 5-finger discount if you mention the fucking special promo code Super Media Bros at checkout.
Hashtag. But yeah, he ends up, saving the day again and proceeds to Sarah. And Sarah, being blind, she doesn't know what the fuck's going on. So she's like, don't touch me. I don't want to go through that again. He's like, it's okay. I'm here to help you. Don't worry.
I'm not going to hurt you.
I'm here to help you.
Let's go out the back.
Yeah. So she's like freaking out the entire time. I can't survive in the world without my dog. He was my world and everything. He's like, I'll help you here.
And then the shot they show of the dog too. They show the dog after the fact, and he just laid over like breathing hard and just
Bloodied.
His guts are out, bleeding everywhere. Which the effect used to achieve that was that they dyed spaghetti gray. They put gray on the spaghetti, or like they put some kind of paint or some shit on it.
Mm-hmm.
And oof. It's like a brief shot. It's like a brief fucking shot.
Right.
So, yeah.
So they proceed to leave out the back, and like I quoted earlier, had such a huge reminder of Moonraker, the James Bond film, with Jaws and his little girlfriend, because it was like massive fucking creature man with this like cute and adorable like weird girl like combination relationship, and it was just so like it was strange but yet warming at the same time, I guess.
Yeah. Can we talk about the cops when they find the bodies? How every cop is eating a fucking taco, and they're making puns about it the whole time. They're like, yeah, I got a full deep dish pizza over here. What do you got? Well, it said something like, oh, I got like a combo number 6 over here. What do you got? Like fucking just like obscenely, like I say obscenely, like it's just over the top, just like eating these tacos, like shit falling all over the place, and interviewing the one guy that was on the ground drinking the whole fucking time all this was happening. He's like, he was a hero.
Like,
he's
this
drunk.
Man's obviously drunk, seeing things. No, it was true. I saw him too. This monster hero saved us.
Bruh. So, Toxie takes Sarah home, and It's so hilarious because she's telling him, "Oh, hey, watch that step over the door." She trips over and falls face first. Gets right back up. Okay, let me just grab my blind stick, and she
has like 20,000 of them.
God, dude, it's just like a cascade of those fuckers. And he's just looking around like, "Oh fuck, I'm trying not to break anything." And she's like, "There's a couch over there to the left. You want to have a seat?" Right in the balls.
Can we point out first that every sequence you've seen of Melvin at this point, he's always facing the other way?
Yeah, no, you've not seen his face yet.
So when he's walking into the doorway in her house, he's literally walking backwards into the house, for one. And then every shot is basically from the neck down.
Yep.
You don't see his face throughout like half the film.
Yeah. And that was a pretty cool little selling point because they did market it like that. It was like, oh, you have to see his face you have to see the movie to see his face.
Right.
Back when movies didn't give the whole fucking movie away.
Exactly.
In the trailer. But, again, I digress.
So then Sarah sits him down to, talk to him and be like, let me feel your face. No, Sarah. Well, why not? I have a
acne.
I have a rash.
Yeah.
She's like, a rash? She's like, yeah, it's real bad. You mean like acne? Yeah, like acne.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, don't feel ashamed about acne. It's okay. And he's like, just don't worry about it. And she's like, well, I'm a palm reader. Let me read your palms. And she starts to like, do the little thing. And does her generalize like, oh, you're going to be this and this and this and this and this and this. And then proceeds to go, okay, well, let me have your other hand. And she grabs his dick and starts to feel it for like a good 20 seconds. And she's just like, oops, I'm sorry. Like this like very like Barbie girl, like innocent comedy like routine. It's like, oh, I'm sorry. Ha ha ha.
Oh my God. That was so fucking funny.
And what was funny about that scene was whenever she did that, you just saw the shot of his pecs just wiggle.
Like, God damn it. So not long after that, you cut back to the health club because I think it's explained at one point by some scientist that, and yeah, it's a direct lead in. It's that this scientist was this Snodberger, Dr. Snodberger, or some shit. Yeah, basically, he's like, oh yeah, the toxic chemicals have basically made him programmed to hunt down and murder bad guys. Mm-hmm. Now, all the while that this shit is happening, Mayor Belgoody has all these criminals in his pocket, and he's pretty much like, he's a corrupt politician, and he's basically the main villain of the film.
Yep.
Which, it carries on through, but most of the plot is, centered around Melvin's,
heroics.
So he goes to the fucking health club not long after the doctor mentions all this shit at a giant board meeting. And in one of the more badass, like, practical effects in this film, he finds this motherfucker on a weight bench, like one of those old school weight benches with, like, how you adjust, like, the bar in the center, not like a, free weights, like a machine.
Mm-hmm. So
he comes up to the dude, grabs him, yanks him, lifts this fucking thing where the bar is, and he just lets it go. And these weights just smash him from the bridge of the nose to the top of his head down, gone. Mm-hmm. Fucking just gone, man. And there's a shot of him like his tongue is out, and it's just, oh God, it's fucking gruesome, but it's fucking awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So like that happens, and he winds up going after the girls from the beginning. And dude, I mean, the way he kills them is just like, holy fuck. Like, he goes after Wanda in the health club sauna and like burns her ass on the fucking heater.
On the coals, yeah.
I mean, like, holy shit.
I mean, she has a hot ass, but this is like literal.
Yeah, smoking hot ass.
Mm.
Then he goes after Julie, chases her into the basement, cuts her fucking hair off, like, oof, like scalps her ass.
And then pretty much that whole chase sequence is like the more horror aspect of like the 80s, because it was literally anywhere she went, he was there. And the door sequence really got me, not only because it was kind of like The Shining or like any monster kind of breaking into the door, but it was just how he ripped the door down. It looked like it was wallpaper, because he just ripped it a half down and just like it bent like it was paper, basically.
Shit was great.
It's like...
I want to fucking point something out. Before this even happened, there was a montage of Sarah and Toxie, like, just basically, getting to know each other, living together, and all this other shit. Now, the sex scene between the two of them was goddamn hilarious, because not once does Melvin ever take his tutu or any of his tights or his shirt. Nothing comes off. But he's just steadily banging the fuck out of her.
He has a hole in his pants.
Yeah, and within the same sequence, she proceeds to cook him the largest amount of eggs I have ever fucking seen. Not even so many eggs as Mike Denton had in Deadly Prey, which leads Cody and I to believe the more eggs that you eat, the more ass you will kick. And when I say dude, absolutely, because when I say like he had a fucking shit ton of eggs, it was a fucking mountain of eggs.
Hard fried eggs.
Absolutely. So that's what we're saying. When you have eggs, you kick ass.
And take names.
So now he is serving up some deep fried justice, beaten ass or whatever. So like he kills the chicks. Let's go ahead and cut over to fucking Bozo and Slug. Yes. Who are pissed off because the car is not around. They were waiting for the car.
Because Julie is stressing Bozo out.
Stressing me. So they see this old lady that in the montage Toxie had helped across the street. She's got her groceries, all this other bullshit. She's got her car. She's pulled up to the house, all this other crap.
And then Slug is like, I got an idea. How would you like to drive a Japanese import? And then he's like, yes.
Absolutely. Dude, talk about a caning. I mean, he beats the fuck out of that old lady with her fucking walking cane.
She gets punched in the gut.
Like, hard dude.
By Slug.
Like, he slugged her in the gut.
Literally. Then they not really drag. She kind of rolls over to the trunk area and rolls to the floor. And just gets, like you said, gets caned by her own walking stick. And just, you see her or you hear her basically just, and they take all the car and drive away. And you see her in the middle of the street.
Just laying there. Just in what could have been the best Life Alert commercial of all time.
Literally.
It's like that happens, and then it cuts to the YouTube poop meme of, or the video of like, dude picks the phone up, hangs it right
Life Alert. Help, I've been caned and I can't get up.
Click.
She presses it again. I'm about to die from internal bleeding and hemorrhaging.
Click. So yeah, they steal the car, and Melvin gets their ass.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, long story short, like he fucking pummels Slug, tosses him out the car,
and then proceeds to crawl into the passenger side, like Dukes of Hazzards kind of way. Dudes of Hazards. At this
Literally,
point.
yeah.
So
Dukes of Hazardous Waste.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So Bozo's continuing to drive, and Melvin puts his foot on the gas pedal and proceeds to hold the steering wheel himself and makes it floor it, basically through a playground of innocent bystanders.
Oh, and he's shit talking him the whole fucking time. He's like, you know who this is? This is Melvin. Like, you motherfucker.
Starts to kiss him on the cheek.
Oh, I fucking love that shit when he's just like, give me the wheel, you fucking freak. You want the wheel? Here, take the wheel.
Rips it off.
Dude. And look, he careens off the... Now, I want to know why this children's playground is right there next to a fucking cliff with no goddamn fence on it.
None.
So the car goes careening off, nose first into the concrete, blows the fuck up. The stunt guy that did this almost died because the fucking safety in the car, like that they built, failed miserably. So he almost fucking died. But
Troma.
yeah, you know. So Bozo dies, and Toxie just kind of like
Just shakes it off like, nothing happened. You see fucking Bozo just like all over the concrete.
So later on, he goes to this fucking dry cleaner where this lady is there, and he just walks in and kills the fuck out of her, like
in a very horror-esque way, because she's running away from him in through all the hanging clothes, and she's running on one side. He's there. She runs through it,
and then
goes to the other side. He's right there.
Oh yeah, just poof,
and then just proceeds to press her on the, I forget what they call that machine.
Yeah.
But basically, her face gets like completely steam pressed on there, and then the owner walks in after his car was almost being ticketed and towed, and he's like, freaking out and stuff. And this is the point where there's like confusion about Melvin as a character. It's like, is he really a hero? Is he really a monster? He starts to become conflicted when he proceeds to go home to meet Sarah. He's like, I'm starting to get this urge to kill people, and I can't control it. I don't know what to do, and blah, 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 whatever. And he's like telling Sarah, it's like, I don't want you to be around me. He's like, but I love you. I don't want to ever be away from you. And he's like, we should go away somewhere away from people. So they proceed to pack up and trail off to, a area that has no people, quote, which is literally a park that's like down the road. It's like bullshit. Well, while that's happening, the mayor is talking to his head chief of police, who's also German, and this press conference about what should they do with this monster hero, and he's telling the police chief, like, look, go hunt him down, kill him, I don't care, whatever. And they're basically making Melvin to be this monster menace who's killing innocent people because of the little lady that they killed.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, she actually, like, I don't know if they actually explicitly came out and said this, but she actually was the leader of an underground human trafficking ring.
This was after the fact, because the police chief mentioned that, and he's like, well, how do we cover this up? Oh, well, we'll just make it seem like nothing ever happened with her on that.
Basically.
So, yeah.
So the National Guard gets involved, and this is like near the climax of the film. So National Guard gets involved because Bell Goody wants to kill him. He wants to kill Toxie. So they pretty much all travel around and find him, tanks and all. Like the neighbor, like the entire, city of Tromaville's there. The National Guard, the cops, the mayor, everybody's there, surrounding him in his tent.
Gunpoint.
And he's done so much good for the city that none of the citizens are having it. And it eventually devolves into the point where the police are not having it. The National Guard isn't even having it. And the only person that wants to really kill Toxie is the mayor.
Which he proceeds to walk up to and intimidates him after he's being shot at, 6 rounds and doesn't faze him. Proceeds to his face and is like, let's see if you have guts in that fat sack of shit of yours, and just pulls his fucking stomach out of his fucking stomach.
Yeah, pulls all the fucking, like, just fist through stomach, guts come out, and that dude is like desperately trying to put that shit back in. Tetsuo style.
All while the citizens around him are just like kind of in a confused state because they're seeing this monster kill quote, this innocent person right in front of them. And then Toxie's like, all right, police chief, whoever it was, I can't remember his name, you know what to do, lock up this fat piece of shit or whatever.
Yeah.
And he's like, certainly. And then all the people are like, oh, okay. And then he proceeds to Sarah, who is literally yelling like mad, Toxie!
Yeah,
Melvin! Walks up to her and is like, oh, you're okay? And then literally the crowd's like, oh yeah, yay,
yeah,
monster hero. So it's like a weird kind of like shift in like emotion, I guess. It was kind of odd to see.
Well, I think they didn't really portray it like that well, that everybody from his actions out there being like headstrong about wanting to kill him, they just kind of saw him for who he was, the mayor. So they're like, fuck this guy. Fuck this guy, let him bleed out.
But
yeah.
Also point out the transition in voices with Toxie the entire movie. he went from this, like you said, very like sensual, deep voice, radio voice, to this like kind of like mobster from like Jersey, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna kill you real good kind of attitude. And it's like, this, what the fuck happened here? Like, did the voice actor kind of like, oh well, I need some time off for another movie I'm doing, so good luck with that. Oh, let's just find someone who sounds awfully close to him. Nothing close to him at all.
No, I fucking loved it though, man.
And then the car sequence with the scaffolding or the roof that collapsed on that one part of the building, they basically hit these poles, the metal roof collapsed, and then another sequence afterwards, they do the same spot but from a different angle to portray like a different part of the building. And I'm like, you ain't fooling us, dude.
Nah.
We know what's going on.
We know what you did.
Yeah.
We know what the fuck you did.
But overall, hilarious, like, just B-movie in general. You know, good, decent fight sequences, just funny little tropes that just, you know, people pick up on, with a lot of just questionable things, and some that are just like, okay, that's enough. But overall, like, it's worth a watch if you really have like a strong, open mind and not get easily offended per se to any of these, you know, contents and contexts and stuff like that. So just, if you watch this film, just understand that there is a lot to take in, and you have to pretty much just, you know, be aware of what's going to happen.
It's entertainment.
Yeah.
It is entertainment.
So,
But this is a movie that I've always thoroughly enjoyed watching. And for those of you out there that, you know, have heard of this movie and they're like, oh, there's 4 of them. Look, I'll tell you right now. Even Lloyd Kaufman will fucking tell you. 2 and 3 suck ass. They were filmed back to back. They really had no fucking business even, you know, being, you know, any, yeah.
Yeah.
So he filmed a 4th film called Citizen Toxic, the Toxic Avenger 4, which is actually, in his own words and a lot of the other people at Troma Entertainment, the true sequel to this movie. Mm-hmm. So, Citizen Toxic is the only other Toxic Avenger film really worth talking about.
Mm-hmm.
But check these movies out. 2 and 3 are worth a watch just to say you've seen them, because honestly, you won't really get a lot of certain jokes, because Sarah's name changes to Claire in those 2 films and then back to Sarah in the 4th one. So it's that's, yeah, any fucking way. But yeah, Toxic Avenger, highly fucking recommended, like, all the fucking time. So check that shit out, because it is a fun watch. Get your friends together. Maybe make a drinking game every time somebody gets fucking, like, killed, or anytime you see some grotesque shit.
Maiming or something, yeah.
Then you'll be drunk off your fucking ass. But you don't need to be drunk to enjoy this. Just lose a little bit of sleep with us. Watch it late night with your friends. Get some popcorn. Goddamn. Fuck yeah.
Yep.
And so from that, we move on to the second film of the evening in the Cult Cinema Showdown. Motherfucking WolfCop, directed by Lowell Dean, starring Leo Fafard.
Canadians.
Fuck yeah, Canadians.
Fucking A.
Guys, this movie was such a refreshing thing to behold and watch. This movie came out 30 years after Toxic Avenger, so it's like there's a 3-decade gap between the technology, but this film went with practical makeup and practical effects for a lot of the shit, and it paid off so fucking well. This was your first time seeing this movie.
Boy, was I ever surprised.
This was my 3rd time watching it.
So basically, it's about a cop named Lou.
Lou Garou, which is literally French for werewolf.
Mm-hmm. He is in a, you know, little shithole town that he's the cop, or one of the cops for. And, you know, he's, like I said, drunk loser, you know, has nothing going for him. He's, very first sequence is him basically sleeping with some random chick, and he's just like, oh, fuck me.
Yeah, wakes up late.
WolfCop, you know. So proceeds to the precinct, and, you know, he's driving through town, and literally there's like people beating each other up and just like some kind of deals going down. He just drives by this one little beat him up, and they're just like looking at him like, "What you gonna do, man?" And he's just like, "Proceed."
He's got this. I don't get paid enough for this shit look on his face,
Let's-
or I'm too drunk or hungover to care.
Right. So, like I said, proceeds to the precinct. And then there's I can't remember her name. Was it Tina?
Yeah, Sergeant Tina.
Tina, yeah. Who is like literally the upstanding cop in the whole precinct. Employee of the month, every month kind of attitude.
Literally every month.
Works overtime, all shifts.
Lives at this job.
Yeah.
God, I've been there. I know the feels.
She proceeds to mock him and say, I'm going to be working all this overtime and you ain't doing shit. There's this, case you need to look into, and it's something, I forget what it was. I saw it the first time, like the first 30 minutes of it, and I forgot what it was about.
Well, what happens basically is, there's some, small talk and all that shit, but when it boils down to is Lou's friend Willie, actually calls in a complaint of occult activity in the area by his gun shop. And when he goes to investigate it, he talks with Willie, and basically, Lou just kind of writes it off. He's like, "Man, you ever heard of heavy metal?" He literally just writes it off as it's, heavy metal music people that are doing all this shit. Mm-hmm. So Higgins, Willie, reports another disturbance, and they send Lou out to investigate again. Well, he actually goes into the woods to investigate this shit, and he actually finds a bunch of occultists in the middle of a fucking sacrificial ceremony to sacrifice a politician who is running on a platform of, anti-corruption and all this other shit. And it's the same guy that was in the bar a little bit earlier, vote for me, blah blah blah, and all this
getting
other
the
shit.
shit booed out of him. Yeah.
And meanwhile, there's an underlying plot of what was it, the Drink and Shoot Festival, which is they hold it, and everybody's in the town. There's all like, oh yeah, blah blah blah, that's their big fucking deal. So
sounds like a very American festival to have.
I don't know, dude. If I lived in Canada, I think I would probably fucking drink and shoot.
Yeah, I would too, but that just seems very more our stuff than it would be Canada, to be honest. Just saying.
Just fucking saying.
But yeah, Lou wakes up at his house. He doesn't recall what happened and everything like that. And then you start seeing the little bitty tropes that come in about him being a werewolf. He goes to proceed to shave his face, and literally not even 5 minutes later, he comes right back as the 5 o'clock shadow, meets everybody in the woods, and
he notices a pentagram carved into his chest though too.
That too, yeah. But he proceeds to the woods to meet up with the other cops, and his chief's like, "Did you even shave?" And he looks at us like
the fuck?
Fuck you.
Yeah, fuck you, eh?
But yeah, he walks over there, proceeds to investigate the area, and he starts having little flashbacks of what happened and stuff like that. And then I'm trying to remember what happened after that. It was something to do with what was it? Refresh. Can't think.
Well, they figure out that basically it's the politician, and the coroner shows up, and they're trying to figure out if it was an overdose and all this other bullshit like that. Well, he goes over the police notes at Jessica's bar, and that's where she's feeding him drink after drink after fucking drink, and wants him to stay after, potentially to hook up with her.
Mm-hmm.
So he gets sick and goes to the bathroom.
God.
Dude, look, okay. Ew. That's all I gotta say. The practical effects, and whenever they make me go, oh, they're doing a great job.
I have in my life never seen a werewolf transformation that starts with the dick.
Yeah, he's pissing into the urinal, and just a fucking stream of red. He's pissing blood. And, they make no boners about it. They fucking show his dick, right close up, right fucking there for everybody to see. And
it looks like he's packing a yam in his pants.
Oh, dude, but it transforms into, this
furry
black,
yam.
furry ball sack. And
just explodes.
Yeah, and then like his hand like the werewolf hand rips out of the skin. And this is what we're talking about with the fucking practical effects. None of this is digitally done. This is all fucking practical effects, and it looks so fucking good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, skin's tearing apart. You see the fur start to like just. He just becomes this fucking werewolf, man.
And then proceeds to...
These gang members show up, too. And they go down in the fucking basement where the bathroom is. And, oh, my God, he fucking rips these bastards to shreds.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, tears the one dude's fucking... off camera. Tore the one guy's head off and, like, fucked up the other dude. Blood everywhere. And meanwhile, Jessica's just kind of looking from the top of the staircase down there, just like, what the fuck? Because he walks out. And they don't really show much after that.
Just his feet.
Yeah, which is pretty cool because like his toes have gone through the fucking boots and everything.
Mm-hmm.
He like the gang leader is like fucking pissed, like because one of the gangsters that escaped like said he saw Lou transform into a monster, but Guru ends up at fucking Willie's house, like handcuffed to the bed with the little pink fuzzy fucking handcuffs.
It's like, I'm just improvising. And nothing else.
Well, it was funny though because he wakes up and there's a dog in the fucking bed
with
a camera,
sex
like,
cuffs.
Yeah, and a camera pointed like right from the foot of the bed. First time I watched this movie, dude, I was like, oh no, he didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Like I thought he was just like, oh man, I'm really drunk.
It's like the sheep scene from Toxic Avenger.
Exactly. He's like, this dude ain't one of us. He said he'd fuck a dog. He said he'd fuck a sheep.
Wolf.
God damn it. So he wakes up and there's Willie, and he's just like, hey man, I fucking restrained you for your own safety. He's like, wash your clothes, had a lot of blood on them, blah blah blah. And he's like, yeah, I'm gonna fucking he's like, sit down, I'll make you some fucking breakfast. So once more, as in the Toxic Avenger and Deadly Prey, what does he fucking cook him? Eggs. And again, we have just determined that if you eat your eggs, you will kick a lot of ass. You will have an excellent time.
I don't understand what the tie-in with eggs and these movies are, but I am thankful for the humor aspect because this is literally a inside running joke with anything from now on. Like, I am expecting from here on out every movie that we watch to have some sort of egg reference. Like, hands down.
It's got to have a fucking reference to eggs.
Like, we're expecting this now. Like, okay, we're gonna demote your movie if you don't have it.
Yeah,
just fair warning.
Yeah. Breakfast is the best meal.
It's an excellent meal.
That's right. The incredible, edible egg. So, any fucking way, he throws Wolfsbane on this fucking shit, and he's like, oh yeah, he was just basically fucking with him, because he figured out that he's a werewolf, because he researched it, and was talking about how they have, like, an occult ceremony that a werewolf can be sacrificed to strengthen the magic of reptilian shapeshifters.
But before we go that far, the sequence with the library where he's going through the books and he literally just looks up and goes, you have any fucking books on devil worshipping?
Yeah, oh my fucking god, yes.
Everybody's just like, the hell?
Do you think he picked up a cookbook for eggs whenever he was there?
Probably.
Okay, cool. So that happens, and then Lou and Tina start investigating the deaths at the bar. Because it's a bloody fucking mess.
The whole fucking bathroom is just red at this point.
Oh, it is like... It is beyond fucking stained red. Like, just everywhere. And then he's having flashbacks of everything happening the night before as he walks in there.
And then Tina, of all people, finds Lou's face on the top of the urinal stall, or the bathroom stall, just hanging there. And she's like, oh, hey, Lou, look, it looks just like your face, and just proceeds to mock him by saying, oh, I'm always late to work. Ha ha, I'm always drunk and I can't do shit right.
Like making the mouth of the skin fucking shit, like just talk, and it's like, oh, this is like humorously gross, and I love it.
And literally, Lou's just like not giving any fucking shits about this humor at all. Well, he then proceeds to have these flashbacks, and he's like, hey, Tina, I'll take your shift tonight, just wanting to. And she's like, are you drunk? She's like, no, I'm just being nice, trying to be nice. Because he doesn't want what he's going through to happen again out of nowhere. So he has to have a safe place to, contain himself. Which, at this point, Willie is, getting him set up in the jail cell, locking him and everything, recording him to make sure that he has evidence of, what's going down. Well, here comes Tina to want to talk to him about it. And tells him some story about her dad, whatever. And Lou's just sitting like, is this going to be a long story? Because, I don't have a whole lot of time right now to be doing this. Well, 10 o'clock rolls around, she leaves, and they proceed to, monitor, and then time passes. Lou begins to transform inside the jail cell. And as soon as this happens, he's like panting and huffing and stuff. And this is where you start to see like the full-on body and stuff.
Yeah, and meanwhile, Willie's there with him and everything. They're fucking playing cards through the fucking cell door, and dude, it makes me fucking laugh though, because like this isn't one where like oh, I turn into a werewolf, but I'm just gonna be full wolf and be stupid and be not like, oh, this is stupid, but he's just gonna just be wolf or whatever. He actually like retains his human intelligence even in wolf form, and it's fucking cool as shit.
So they get a call at the precinct for a complaint or something. Lou then yanks the door open without any force whatsoever, and he walks out, and he's just like...
Answers the phone.
Yeah. And he's...
That was fucking hilarious, dude. Just sit there taking notes.
Going, yeah. And then Will's like, do you think it's a good idea to go out in public like this? And he's like,
he's like, you're a wolf. And he just looks over, he's like, cop.
And he's
grabs his fucking uniform.
And he's like, robbery.
Yes. Just grabs his fucking uniform.
And then proceeds to be WolfCop.
But let's talk about when they leave the station. They fucking get into the... Like, he goes to... They stop this robbery at a gas station, which is fucking hilarious because... He rolls up and like takes care of the two guys on the outside, walks in the one guy that's in the store with fucking gun. What the fuck are you? Mm-hmm. The fuzz. I fucking died.
Hot fuzz.
Fuck yeah. So he gets this guy. Basically scares the shit out of him. Mm-hmm. Then the fucking store clerk, it's like, oh, thank you, officer, blah, blah, blah. He just grabs one of the fucking liquor donuts and then a fucking...
Like a whiskey bottle,
yeah,
a fifth of the whiskey.
Like drinking this shit and gets to the car. And Willie's just like, yeah, oh, you forgot to murder somebody on the way back to the car, all this other shit. So he goes to open the door and Lou rips the door off by accident. He's like, fuck. And he just looks across the street at this chop shop for like cars and stuff. And fucking Willie... What did he say? Something like, I already know what you're thinking.
I know what you're thinking.
And I approve. Oh my God.
This is a good idea. So they proceed to the chop shop and customize the cop car into the Wolfmobile, basically. So he turns the light siren to the, straight forward, takes both doors off, modifies like the back and the front a little bit. And then he proceeds to claw a actual W into the hood of the car. And it glows this like orange reddish light through the hood. It's so fucking badass. It's probably one of my favorite parts of the movie when they make this car like a thing. And then they proceed to I think they proceed back to the precinct, and he starts to smell something in the air, and he's just like, and Will's like, what the hell are you smelling? Like, what the hell's going on? And then I literally said, like, it's drugs. He smells drugs.
Yep. He's a drug sniffing dog.
Mm-hmm.
So... yeah, so they go to the fucking meth barn that all these motherfuckers are at, and guys, look, they crash through the fucking doors. Man, and the first fucking thing that he does, he rips this dude's face right the fuck off. And it's so funny because the guy is screaming, and whenever he rips his face off, it's just skeleton, and the jaw pops open.
My favorite.
Yeah, dude.
My favorite practical scene is like that. He just rips the face off, throws it onto the car, and it hangs on the windshield wiper. And Willie's just like, "Oh no!"
He turns
wipes it off, and it's still hanging onto the wiper. Like as he wipes it down, it's just so fucking stupid, but it's hilarious.
It's the best.
But yeah, like he literally goes through the whole barn and kicks everybody's ass, and whatnot.
The best face off ever.
Literally. And he throws something on the meth table, and it starts to catch fire. And as that happens, the guy with the missing face goes to Willie's side of the car and just screams, "Ah!"
And Willie's like, "Ah!" It's like that scene where, like in a horror movie where you turn around and somebody's just magically there. Like Willie just turns and that guy's, "Ah!" He looked like fucking Daniel Stern in Home Alone 2 when he was getting electrocuted, except no fro.
Or like Scorpion from Mortal Kombat where he pulls his head off and just...
Yo, fucking shit. So, like, they get out of there. And it was so fucking funny, dude. Like, they fucked that shit all up. I mean, he kills the fuck out of these bastards. So, like, they get back to the police station, and there's Jessica waiting for him.
Ugh.
Can we just say that both of these fucking movies had really weird sex scenes? One was they're both fucking hilarious, literally. One of them was funny for one reason. This one is funny for an entirely different reason because Cody, it was hilarious. Look, y'all, he looks at me while we're watching this fucking thing, and he's just like, "Is this about to be bestiality?" And I was just like, "Yeah."
It's like watching a romantic novel happen in front of you because it feels like if you look at the cover, this is how it would look like. Just this weird, like, candlelit, like, intense romance scene happening. And it's a full-on werewolf screwing this chick who looks like she's Red Riding Hood.
It's WolfCop.
Pretty much. And it's like a softcore porn because you see tits and them like slowly humping each other and blah 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 whatever. And oh my god, like they wake up, she proceeds to get his alcohol, I'm assuming at this point, and
she
drugs it basically, and that's when everything clicked in my head. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
So the mayor from the beginning of the movie
that canceled the fucking drink and shoot festival, which by the way they deduced happens every 32 years,
right? Which she was at the murder scene of the person running against her for the position, the politician. Well, she gives him the cup, he drinks it, starts to feel dazed and confused and whatnot. She locks the cage, and we get this very voluptuous woman in front of us, and then all of a sudden he kind of looks down, looks up, and it's the old hag mayor from beginning, and I'm just like, oh,
dude, I fucking died whenever I looked at you. Whenever that happened, you were like, oh,
just granny porn. No.
You said she looked like Cruella DeVille.
She did, dude. Like, she had the fur coat and she had the white hair. She didn't have the whole black half, but it was like just white hair and just like she almost looked like she wanted to steal his puppies.
I mean,
but he
is
form,
a puppy.
But in sperm form.
Yeah. I'm gonna steal your fucking babies.
Your beavers.
I'm gonna steal your fucking babies, My fucking meat wallet.
My beaver's gonna steal your babies.
Beaver babies.
Blech.
Exactly.
So yeah. And then everything is... Ugh.
I just thought about something, dude. It's fucking this sex scene. It could have been WolfCop, and then in fucking Toxic Avenger, it could have been the Toxic Avenger.
That's the porn parodies.
Oh fuck.
So at this point, I seen this for the first time. I deduced that this chick here is in on the coldest right before she drugged him, and then Willie's involved, which I had an assumption he was, and then I had another assumption the gang leader was as well.
Willie just conveniently fucking shows up right after the bang.
Yep. and proceeds to be paranoid, saying like, I don't know about him, he seems stronger than the normal ones. And she's like, oh, it's fine, just shut the fuck up kind of attitude. So they prepare him for the ritual. They tie him to the tree in the forest in the middle of nowhere, and at this point the gang member, the leader, is getting his guys to go hunt for this killer that killed his men. They roll up in like a four-wheeler and like this like army truck, completely padded down with like gym mats, almost looking body armor shit.
Yeah.
And the leader's like, what the fuck are you wearing? And the main guy's like, you didn't see what we saw, man. You saw what he did to them guys.
Right.
We're not taking any chances.
But the shit that he was wearing, dude. Like, guys out there, do you remember preschool? Do you remember kindergarten? Do you remember the little mats that you would take your nap on?
These things.
Imagine this in vest form.
Right. He looked like freaking Homeboy from A Christmas Story, all like decked out and poofy.
Fuck yeah, Michelin tire kid.
Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure he's tired of that
Oh,
reference.
he's really tired of that fucking reference.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, they proceed back to Lou, and he's like screaming in the middle of the forest, and the three are revealing that, yeah, we're these, reptilian cultists that have been doing this for 200 years.
That fucking one hunter. No. He fucking sounds like he's about to yell no really loud, and then the camera cuts to like a fucking big like wide angle glimpse of the fucking woods. You just see no. It's so fucking quiet.
The guy is peeing in the middle of the forest. He's like a hunter, like you said, and he turns and looks, and there's Lou in his wolf form. He's like, oh damn, it's a big wolf. And he takes his gun out and he's gone. And then it's just like he said, he goes, no. No. But yeah, this is
Fuck.
But this is literally after that Lou breaks free after being stabbed in the chest with the sword to drain the blood and blah 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 blah.
That was a hairy situation, sir.
Pretty much bloody hell. So Tina pops in and caps Willie with a sniper rifle.
Big Willie style. Not fucking Will Smith, but
No.
You know what I'm saying.
And he falls to the ground, revealing his reptile face.
It'd be really funny if that happened. The Mortal Kombat voice, like he fucking falls down, shifts into the fucking reptile, and you just hear reptile.
You lose.
Right.
But yeah, she caps him with a sniper rifle. And then the police chief, who's also the gang member leader, runs off to basically, find Lou or whatever. And here comes Tina from behind the mayor and, holds a pistol up to her. It's like, don't move, you're arrested, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, because she's figured all this shit out because unbeknownst to Willie and them, there's actually a surveillance camera pointed at the fucking jail cell. And she went to the police station and found everything.
The wolf porn and all.
Mm-hmm.
Completely grossed out and shocked.
Furries will love this movie.
Mm-mm. Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. Anyway. So yeah, they have a little confrontation. They do their little girl fight, whatnot. And then the boys do their little boy fight. So after Tina caps her, they proceed to tag team Homeboy. And there was something about, this is where we chained up your dad whenever, it was Tina. No, it was Lou's dad, I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
This is where we chained up your dad to the same exact spot, and that's where basically Lou lost his shit.
Yeah, because you find out that both Tina and Lou's parents have fucking succumbed to this same fucking fate. Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, like, we forgot to mention, this is all happening during the lunar eclipse.
Yep. Lunar eclipse of the heart.
That's right.
Or my favorite, the Nothing I Can Do, because they shut down the fucking the drink and shoot. Nothing I can do. Total eclipse of the bar.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, shots fired.
Yeah.
But
shots
yeah.
drank and shots fired. Actually, shots were not drank nor fired if they shut down the drink and shoot.
And this was pitiful on their part. Shame on you, Canada.
You folkers.
Folkers. You hosers.
Fucking hoser. Shout out Kirk, you fucking hoser. Loyal listener. Stay frosty up there in Alberta, sir. But any fucking way.
Moosing along.
That's right.
So yeah, Lou loses his shit, and Tina grabs the sword, stabs him in the freaking stomach. The cultist. Turns around, grabs Tina, and pins her to the tree and starts to stick the blade tip that's sticking out of his gut into hers. And in a very Popeye-style manner, Lou grabs a flask of something. I don't know what kind of drink it was.
I think that was whatever they had to like it adrenalized them or some shit.
Right. He drinks it, like glugs it down like hardcore, and just all of a sudden just has like invigorated energy to go and take down this dude. Freaking slashes his face completely off.
Oh yeah.
And then rips his head off like clean. And then just falls to the ground.
Way to lose your head there, guy.
Mm-hmm.
That's what happens when you don't fucking act cool in a situation like that.
Stay frosty.
That's right.
You didn't listen to the golden rules.
That's right, motherfucker.
But yeah, he literally gets up from all the battle and he's just like, "Thanks, partner."
Mm-hmm.
Just
well,
weird.
Yeah, because like he thought she was gonna shoot him.
Yeah.
So yeah, but then they kind of limp away, and you know she's basically they're pretty much just like, yeah, we should get to a fucking hospital, and then he's just pretty much all like, I need a drink first.
Yeah. It's like, okay, well, there's 2 stops.
2 stops.
Yeah.
But god damn, man, I fucking love this movie so much, man.
Same.
You know, it's a great spin. Like, you know, we've seen werewolf movies. We've seen a ton of werewolf movies. But I can tell you right now, this was probably one of the most original fucking concepts I've ever seen.
I mean, there are so many movies about cops now. So now we have like RoboCop, we have Samurai Cop, we have Time Cop.
We have fucking Hollywood Cop. We've got Wolf Cop.
You know, bringing a fresh new take to the beat.
But it was so well done.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking Lowell Dean wrote and directed this motherfucker. And great fucking job. Can I just also point out that this movie and Toxic Avenger both had a runtime of 79 minutes. And this is going to prove a point I really wanted to make on this one. You don't have to have a fucking... Which I don't mind if it's, you know, certain things. But you don't have to have a 3-hour fucking movie to tell a great story and have fun with a film.
Mm-mm.
You could use like an hour and 15 to 20 minutes and you could still have a great fucking film. And both of these are prime examples.
Good utilization of what you have resource-wise.
Fuck yeah. And, dude, y'all, this movie finally... Like, it's been out in the UK for a while. It's a Canadian release, but it was released in the UK. It's finally here as part of the WolfCop 2-pack in America, in the States. Fuck, go buy this set of WolfCop and the sequel, Another WolfCop.
Mm-hmm.
Because, holy shit, this movie deserves all your fucking money. Because, you know, we would love to see WolfCop 3.
Happen.
Which would be really funny if they called it Yet Another WolfCop.
Mm-hmm.
Like, please do that. I really hope. I don't know if they would, but if Lowell's listening and, you know, fucking Leo, like, dude, Yet Another WolfCop. That's fucking hilarious.
Bring it.
Just bring it. We don't care what you call it, really, but just bring it on.
Bring the wolf.
You guys did a fucking amazing job. And shout out to, like, Jonathan Cherry for being fucking awesome as Willie Higgins. I love that fucking role. Like, he played that really well. Amy as Sergeant Tina. The cast was fucking really awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So, as far as both of these films go, not saying like rating-wise, but which one did you enjoy the most, honestly?
Oh, man. Like... They both have their charm in their own way, so it's really hard to like pick a favorite because one is literally 1984 and another one is 2014.
Mm-hmm.
So the difference is like drastic. I like both of them pretty much on equal terms, but for different reasons. If you want to kind of hash it out like that.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
Toxic Avenger. I grew up with that when I was like 10 or 11 years old. I watched it and I played the video game when it came out for the NES and whatnot. So that's more of like a homage to that. That's more of like my childhood, basically. And then on the other hand, WolfCop, appeals on so many levels. Me being the werewolf person that I am, the horror aspect, and there's just the goofiness of it. I appreciate both films on equal levels, but for different reasons. So they both have the same amount of love in my heart. So
yeah, I agree too. Because like you said, I grew up on Toxic Avenger. I grew up on a lot of the cheesy B movie stuff. Like cult movies in general. I grew up in a fucking video store, so all this shit was appealing. And then to see a movie like WolfCop come out in this era, it has like the posters have like the retro feel to it. It looks like hey, it's marketed like towards that specific kind of audience. I mean, really any audience, but if you have that like real open mind and you're quirky, like you're gonna fucking love this movie. You're gonna love both of these fucking movies, dude. Like, so definitely support both of them. I couldn't pick a favorite out of the two of these because I like them both just as much for obviously different reasons, but just the same as far as the like factor.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely check both of them out. Yeah, that's about all I got for that.
Same.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me get the fucking microphone over here so I can actually fucking hear what I have to say. Bastards. No. We will stick some links in the show notes below to purchase and or rent the Toxic Avenger and WolfCop.
Yes.
So check those out. Just scroll down and click the fucking links provided below. Next fucking week, we were just discussing this for the topic next week's show. Video game adaptations, be it movie or television series, because there are quite a few of them. We've talked about some before, but it's been 2 or 3 years, and there's been a few more developments. And
a little refresher course.
Yeah, we'll go over some oldies but goodies, and then talk about some upcoming shit and some current things. So be sure to check out next week's episode, which will be episode 39, which, holy fuck, we are closing in on 40. Like, we are closing...
Over the hill. Almost.
Oh, man.
Boy, are we old.
It'll be okay.
Yeah.
Just think about when episode 50 comes.
Our golden years. Our golden episodes.
You already know. If any of you guys out there are keeping up with the Roman numerals and all that good shit, promise. We're going to keep going.
No.
No! All right. So, yeah. If you want to follow us on social media, we're about to give you the fucking rundown. No!
Gonna need a drink.
Prepare. Yeah. Prepare your anuses. Facebook.com/SuperMediaBros. Twitter.com/SuperMedia_Bros. Instagram.com/SuperMediaBros Podcast. Come look at our stupid pictures. No.
Any reply to anything we ask? No. Sounds like Loki when he talks. No.
Yeah, my cat says no. I think he does say no. He sounds like he's meow, but it's really a no.
A meow.
A no. No.
No, silly human. Do not touch me.
Guys, so Halloween season is upon us.
Soon.
Guys, for all of our episodes in October, they will be they will be, in the spirit of Halloween, so to speak. We've got a few episodes lined up. Our 2 Cult Cinema Showdown episodes for October. They're going to be fun. In fact, the next Cult Cinema Showdown is going to feature Killer Clowns from Outer Space versus Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. So be sure to fucking tune in for that.
Dual films.
Dual film. We'll also be doing an episode about horror and pop culture in general, and that relates to television, movies, fucking comic books, gaming. Yeah, absolutely, gaming, music, even, because shit.
I can't wait to hear what Monster Cat has released for Halloween.
No shit. Last year we had a really cool track from Tokyo Machine called "Spooky," along with some other shit. But God. I'm ready for everything Halloween. Damn it.
Same.
We will also be doing the second Cult Cinema Showdown that's happening in October. I think these are 2 films that literally, if you grew up in the 90s, everybody fucking knows what they are. Hocus Pocus versus Ernest Scared Stupid.
Yay.
You already know.
You already ho.
You already ho.
Cause. Don't poke us. You can, but
and exactly. And to cap off the month of October, we will be discussing the legacy of the Halloween franchise. God damn it, in all of its glory.
Increasing eyebrow raise. Yes.
Intensifies. Eyebrow raise intensifies.
Eyebrow raise in Spanish. 4K.
4K. Why?
I need a TV in 4K.
Fuck it. I'm fucking dead. Jesus fucking Christ. Oh my God. Oh my God. It reminds me of that butter. Parquet. Parquet. 4K.
Made in Mexico.
Yeah. Guys, it's
just let me pull out my wallet.
God damn it. It is 3:00 in the fucking morning.
Holy shit.
It's 3:00 in the morning. We are an hour and 36 minutes into this son of a bitch. Thank you guys so much for listening to our fucking babbling and bullshit.
We appreciate you. Both of you.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Maybe a third. Maybe a third person.
Yes. If that is like an alternating third person. So
multiple personalities. You have like one person with like 2 multiple personalities.
That's right. So fuck yeah.
So the other person might be listening. Like Typhoid Mary.
Oh fuck yeah. Fucking love these Marvel series on Netflix. So awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, so be sure to check our social media out. Check out WolfCop. Check out the Toxic Avenger. Be on the lookout for the next few episodes that we've mentioned. The month of October is going to be fucking badass on the Super Media Bros podcast.
Jet.
Be sure to eat your eggs.
Oof.
Let's get the fuck out of here.
Yep. Add an extra punch to it.
That's fucking right, motherfuckers. This was From Zeros to Monster Heroes. Until next time, I've been Midnight Agent Raw.
I've been Okame.
Shades on.
We're off.